If you're a young scientist or science student, chances are you didn't choose your field because you loved writing. You were excited about answering important science questions and figuring out how things work. You imagine yourself working in a laboratory conducting analyses or collecting samples in a tropical rainforest. Writing, if you thought about it at all, felt like an intimidating add-on to the real work of science. If so, you are not alone. Hi, I'm Karen McKee, and in this video, I'm going to talk about why you need to develop your writing skills, especially now with the availability of AI writing tools. Many people who do scientific research see writing as an unpleasant task to endure on the path to sharing their work with the scientific community. But here's a truth that every accomplished scientist eventually learns. Writing is not separate from science. Writing is integral to science. The paper you write is the bridge between your mind and the world, the thing that transforms your research insights into shared knowledge. Writing skill can become one of your greatest strengths. Many students fear writing because it feels like a test, one they were never properly taught to pass. My first attempts at writing made me miserable and caused me to question whether I was cut out for a career in science. You may worry that your writing is not good enough to publish, that your sentences aren't sophisticated, that you struggle to get the ideas in your head onto the page or computer screen. You may be thinking a writer requires some special talent or creativity you simply weren't born with. None of that is true. Writing is a skill, not a gene. No one is born knowing how to explain an analytical method, craft an abstract, or construct a logical argument. We need to be taught to write, especially the esoteric language of scientific papers. Unfortunately, there is often little emphasis in graduate programs on writing skills. If you are lucky, there will be a seminar or a single course on scientific writing. When I was in graduate school, there was no such instruction. We were expected to magically know how to write a scientific paper. But scientific writers are not magical creatures. We are simply people who keep writing even when writing feels uncomfortable. And writing will feel uncomfortable at first. That's because it exposes the parts of your thinking that are still taking shape. It shows you how vague and incomplete your ideas are. But this is exactly why writing is so powerful. It helps you organize your thoughts, test your logic, and discover what your data truly say. Now, in this era of rapid technological change, there's another wrinkle to consider: AI writing tools. They are fast, convenient, and increasingly capable of producing sophisticated narratives in many fields, including science. It can be tempting to let them do the hard work for you, drafting paragraphs to summarize the literature, reorganizing sentences to improve logical flow, smoothing awkward phrasing, and correcting grammar. Used well, these tools can save time and serve as helpful partners in the writing process. But used thoughtlessly, they can short-circuit your growth as a scientist. As I pointed out in a previous video, writing is not just a way to report what you know. Writing is how you figure out what you know. If you hand over too much thinking to an AI tool, you lose the chance to wrestle with ideas yourself. You lose the moment when a vague thought becomes a clear insight. You lose the essential work of shaping your own scientific voice. AI can assist you, but it cannot understand your data, your reasoning, or your scientific goals. Only you can do that. So use AI tools the same way you would use a calculator or a pipette, as instruments that support your thinking, not replace it. Don't deprive yourself of the pleasure of explaining your data to the reader and leading them along a path that you designed to a logical conclusion. Don't miss out on the confidence of knowing that you can craft an elegant and persuasive argument all by yourself. Scientific writing is simply clear thinking made visible. When you treat writing as a tool for understanding, not just a formality for publication, it becomes far less intimidating. That was my experience. As I learned to write out my ideas and observations in field and lab notebooks, I became more comfortable with the writing process. Those detailed notes helped me write my papers. The more papers I wrote, the better my writing and thinking became. I eventually looked forward to writing. Each sentence was an opportunity to refine an idea. Each paragraph was a step toward greater insight. Each paper was a journey that bolstered confidence in myself as a scientist and as a writer. You are capable of mastering this skill. If you can learn to use a laboratory instrument or interpret a complex data set, you can learn to write. The patience and curiosity that brought you to science are the very qualities that will make you a strong writer. Most importantly, your voice matters. The world needs scientists who can think clearly and communicate clearly. Scientists who can use powerful AI tools without becoming dependent on them. Let writing sharpen your reasoning and connect you to the vast community of scientists who came before you and those who will come after. Writing should not be a burden. Skill at writing is your most underrated superpower and one of the greatest gifts you can give to your future self. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments what your thoughts are about how AI is affecting your writing skills.